Hello everyone, welcome to Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to start our look at the expansion content for Marvel United Multiverse. We've already done a video going over the core box, and today we're going to go over the initial announced expansion for the game, the Coming of Galactus. You got this if you pledged on Kickstarter. It is a Kickstarter exclusive expansion. It was part of the Herald pledge, and then also if you did the Omniverse pledge, you would have gotten it there. So yeah, this is the Galactus box. This is like the obligatory villain initial box that CMON does with all the United games. Marvel United 1, it was the Infinity Gauntlet with Thanos. Marvel United X-Men, it was the Apocalypse box with the Four Horsemen, all that stuff. And in Marvel United, it was Galactus, his heralds, all that stuff. And if you did the Herald pledge and or the Omniverse pledge, whichever one you got, you did also get the bonus Iron Lad as part of that pledge level. So we'll be taking a look at that one as well. Again, like I said, all of this is going to be Kickstarter exclusive stuff. I do know that some retailers did purchase pledges, so you can possibly find it at your local retailer or a few online ones. So there you go with that. If you have been enjoying this unboxing series, you want to see more of it, let us know down below in the comments, and go ahead and hit the notification bell to know when these videos will be coming out. And as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box cover right here. So we do have the Heralds of Galactus there with Galactus himself on the cover. I was not too big of a Fantastic Four reader in my younger years, so I'm not sure who all the characters are and everything like that, so I do apologize for that lack of knowledge on there. But as we take a look at the box right here, I do find it funny, and I've talked about this many times before, that the fact that they kept this with like a Fantastic Four theme instead of going with the theme of the multiverse as a whole. Very similar to like everything in the first season is themed from the first season. Everything in the second season has that X-Men theming. This season was kind of a little bit all over the place with the box theming and everything, to the point where they made it match the original Fantastic Four expansion from Marvel United X-Men. So I thought that was pretty cool that they basically stuck with the fact that these are Fantastic Four villains and whatnot, and decided to make it match the box cover and everything. I have some theories on that, but we're not going to get into that in this unboxing. So we've got the box right here with Galactus and everything on the front. We've got the same basic artwork, just a little expanded on the sides. The top, again, same basic artwork up there. And on the back, we've got the artwork right there with Galactus, and now I can read them. Nova, Fire Lord, Terex, and Airwalker right there. In his insatiable hunger to consume world after world, the cosmic behemoth known as Galactus has always relied on his herald to pave the way for his conquest. However, the Silver Surfer has betrayed him, forcing Galactus to look for new heralds. Searching the universe for suitable replacements, he conscripted for powerful beings. With the aid of his heralds, can anyone stop the coming of Galactus? So very excited for this. Just because, again, oversized Galactus. I have been waiting to get this one in hand for a while. So let's go ahead and open this one up and see what is inside. So like I said, I was not a very big Fantastic Four reader, so I read very minimal stories with Galactus in it. I think I've read like Ultimates where he became like good Galactus or something like that, or something. I'm not sure how that went, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. And again, we've got the box art right here without the plastic on it, so that looks pretty nice on there. So let's go ahead and open this up. And again, this is a pretty beefy box. It's about the size of a stretch goal box, but it doesn't have like the weight of the stretch goal box, because again, there's like what, 5 miniatures, Galactus being a large one, but there's 5 miniatures and a bunch of cards in there. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. So we got the rule book first of all on how to play, and this is actually a pretty substantial rule book. It's not like one leaflet or anything like that. It's actually got quite a few pages in here for what it is. So we've got our components list over here, Coming of Galactus, and how that changes rules. And they do talk about optional Silver Surfer right here, and we'll get into that in a second. Special rules for Stop Galactus mission cards, Galactus movement, Herald threats, because I think Galactus, yeah, he actually spins on the board. The Heralds of Galactus mode right here. Let's see, special rules for villain turn, team versus team mode, modular heralds. The Heralds of Galactus mode is especially designed for heralds contained in this box. However, players can also choose to play against a team of different villains using the Heralds of Galactus components and rules, though note that some combinations of villain could be unbalanced. So we got that. We got Fire Lord, special rules for him, and then we've got just Galactus right there. So got all that. That is pretty nice. And then we've got few dashboards, it looks like, right here. We've got Fantastic Four, the Heralds of Galactus. So we've got that dashboard there with special rules, and then the dashboard itself with the missions and everything there. Herald's plot track, special rules at the top again. So we've got that going on, and then we've got the actual Coming of Galactus right there with those special rules, and they do put like supervillain mode down here, so that wouldn't have supervillain mode. Yeah, both of them in supervillain mode, so if you want to control the villains, have someone doing that, you can. So and there's Galactus's dashboard right there, so that is pretty nice looking. So got that going on, and then we've got some locations, and they went back with this one and put just the band there. So let's go ahead and open that up. We do have a few little tokens. This looks like our only token sheet right here with the heralds on it, A, B, C, and D right there, and the heralds over there. So we got that, and then let's go ahead and take a look at our locations. So we got locations for Asia, Africa, Europe, South America, North America, and Oceania for Australia. So there's like an example of what those look like, because you are defending the world in this point. So the fact that you're going to be like flying around the world and everything in this game is pretty interesting. Instead of just random locations and whatnot, you're basically just in Europe. So that's cool. And I do like, so that is pretty cool. So I do notice with Asia right here that the shadow, if you turn it like this, is Galactus just standing over top of it. It looks like. So basically that's where he is standing. Yeah, it's not like you can puzzle piece these together at all. It's like definitely like the world moving around. So because you can see like the shift from day to night here. So the fact that they paid that much attention, South America, you see all the lights there. North America, you see all the lights. Telescopes, satellites right there, all of that stuff. So that is pretty cool that they went into that kind of level of detail with it, instead of basically making it look like a certain time of day on all of them. As you rotate through them, it's just, you know, hey, it's always nighttime in America. So that's pretty cool. The fact that they went to that detail with the maps and everything, I like that a lot. Ooh, can see Galactus down there. So let's go ahead and get our dashboards out. Come on. Right here. So we've got 4 villainous dashboards right here for Firelord, Nova, Tarek, and Air Walker. Tarak, I don't know. So we've got that right there. There, Firelord and Nova, who I believe is the anti-hero in this expansion here, although you wouldn't know it from looking at her base. So there's the Tarek one right there, and then finally Airwalker right there. So that is pretty cool. And then we've got a bunch of cards. We got plenty of wells for cards, although this middle well, it barely holds the cards. So these wells right here will hold the cards with sleeves. This middle one, I'm assuming, is for like tokens, the few tokens there are in the game, or something else. Yeah, there's like, or a few tokens from the game, a few tokens right here. So I'm not sure what else that well would be necessarily for, but it definitely would not hold. It will hold the cards kind of while we're sitting here, but even me putting it in here is not going to hold. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so your cards are going to go here, and they're going to be, if they sleeve, they should be able to fit all through there. So we'll take a look at the Galactus cards last, and we'll go ahead and open up this pack right here and see what is inside. So, and again, I think I can definitely see Nova's hero cards. So yeah, we got Nova's hero cards right here, and then other random threat cards, Herald's Galactus, and Nova right there. So let's go ahead and push that off to the side here. So we've got what looks like Nova's threat deck right there. And then we've got the Heralds of Galactus Master Plan deck with their threat cards. And then starting hand with a purple background, we've got Nova right here. So let's take a look at Nova's Master Plan deck right here. So she's got Nova Burst, add 1 Crisis token to Nova's location. So it looks like she's got a lot of those going on. Looks like half her deck is the Nova Burst card right there, with different allotments of thugs, civilians, and movement on there. And then we've got Nova Flare, which looks like it's going to be the other half of her deck. If there are no Crisis tokens in Nova's location, add 1 Crisis token there. So we've got that going on. So that's going to be the essential her Master Plan deck. Let's go ahead and take a look at her hero cards while we're here. She does have the starting hand card of Pyrokinesis. As long as this card is face up in your storyline at the beginning of your turn, you may place 1 Crisis token in an adjacent location to punch there. So that's what that looks like right there. And then as for the rest of her cards, she's got some pretty cool artwork right here. I like the almost like Flamebird thing going on right here on this one. And they do differentiate the name because of Nova in the game. Nova Flame, discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to deal 1 damage to everything else in your location. Discard all civilians there. So it's discarding the civilians, you're not saving them because you're making them either run away or setting fire to them. You got 3 of those in the deck with the Pyrokinesis. That's going to account for her 4 cards right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Heralds of Galactus. So we got the back of the card right here for Heralds of Galactus, which is the 4 main heralds featured in this box. And then again, you just have like the generic, what do you call it, portrait right there on the card. So this one, unexpected moves, move the villain in slots 1, 3, and 4 clockwise 1 location. So a few different combinations of that. Distracting the heroes, increase the herald's plot track by 1. Heroes can prevent this effect if they all discard 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. So I got a few of those. Distracting heroes. Then we got Fear Rises. Each hero with 1 or more Crisis tokens takes 1 damage. So we got that. And then everything falls apart. Each hero in a location with 1 or more Crisis tokens takes 1 damage. So we got that going on right there. So that's going to be all the cards in the Heralds deck. And then finally, we've got our threat cards right here. Coordinated attack. 1 hero in this location takes 1 damage for each villain in this and both adjacent locations. So we've got that going on. Diversion. Each civilian in this and both adjacent locations requires 1 extra heroic action to be saved. Each villain in this adjacent 2 damage. So there's the 2 damage to the thugs 1 right there. Did I miss a card here? Nope, coordinated attack, the same thing. Smart trick, when placing crisis tokens in this and both adjacent locations, place 1 extra crisis token. Ooh. And then each villain in this and both of adjacent locations ignores 1 damage each hero turn. So we got that going on. So that's what the threat cards look like there. So that is going to be the first pile of cards with Nova and the Heralds of Galactus. Let's go take a look at the other Heralds of Galactus right there. Yes, I realize I'm probably pronouncing it Herald, like H-A-R, whatever, but instead of H-E-R. But yeah, Herald. Yeah, it's losing all meaning now. So we got the Heralds of Galactus. We got 1, we've got 2, and we've got 3, and I'm trying to figure out if, let me double check because I don't have ones for Nova. Yeah, so apparently Nova just doesn't have, it just says specifically in the rules, 32 threat cards, 6 for each villain except Nova, and 8 for Galactus. So there is that. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first one for Airwalker. Airwalker, we'll put his threat cards right down there. So he's got some, BAMs, movements, all that kind of stuff over here. This looks like pretty standard till you get to the end right here, where he's got only 3 threats with special abilities on them. 3 master playing cards with special abilities on them. Horn of Galactus, give 1 crisis token to each hero with the least crisis token, so letting you guys catch up there. And then the Call, give 1 crisis token to each hero with less than 2 crisis tokens. So we got that going on right there. So that is going to be Airwalker's cards, and then we've got his threat cards. So hyper light speed, looks like he's got all 6 of them are going to be that. If Airwalker is in this location when a hero enters it, move Airwalker clockwise to the next location with no heroes if possible. So yeah, you're not going to necessarily be able to touch him when he if he's still got those locations up, if you've taken out the first 2 but you haven't cleared like the threats essentially. So you definitely want to clear threats with him. Let's go ahead and take a look at Terex cards right here. Again, we're going to have a bunch of moving and bamming, and then finally we get over here to Hunger for Power. Bring 1 random threat card back in play in the next clockwise location without a threat if possible. So we've got that going on. He's got 2 of those. Then we've got Geokinesis, got a few of those. Right here, place 1 movement token between Terex location and each adjacent one. So we got that going on, and he's got the rest of his deck is going to be that. So we've got that going on there. And then threats. Terex the Tamer, he's got a bunch of stuff where he basically lands on it. It happens. Add 1 civilian to this location. If there are 3 or more civilians here, increase the Terex domination track by 1. Terex the Tamer, he's going to have 3 of those, and he's going to have 3 more. No, Terex the Tamer, and he's going to have Terex the Conqueror, where it's basically the exact same card with thugs instead of the civilian. So add 1 to the location. If there's 3 or more, increase the domination track by 1. So that's going to be that there. And then let's get to Firelord over here. I'm pretty sure Firelord, my only reading of him, if it's the same character that I'm thinking of, is from the old school Guardians of the Galaxy from the 90s, with like Vance Astro and was it Charlie 27, was it Nikki and the original Yondu, all that stuff. So that's where I remember Firelord, but it's been so long since I've read that series. I'm trying to remember if it's him or somebody else, or if I'm even thinking of the right character. But anyway, so he's got quite a few cards right here, but they all have the same, or at least this pile in my hand all has the Annihilus Seeks invasion right here. If any Annihilus Seeker threat cards have been cleared, put 1 of them back in play in the first clockwise location without a threat. So basically just going to be putting threats back on the board. And then Torn Inside, which is going to be the rest of the deck. Right here, for each completed mission, draw 1 master plan card and add 1 face down in the storyline. Heroes may prevent this effect by taking 1 damage. So he's going to be basically accelerating the master plan, which is gonna suck. And then we've got, let's see, all 6 of these are Annihilus Seekers right here, and at glancing look like they all say the same thing. So right here, deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. In this location, each thug requires 2 damage to be defeated, and each civilian requires 1 extra heroic action to be rescued. So we've got that, and that looks like it's going to be standard across all 6 threat cards. So that is going to be that right there. And then we've got these 3 free Firelord cards right here without looking through the rules. I have no context necessarily for them. So there's that. Looks like you're putting thugs and civilians and even the threats on these cards. So is this, let's see, special setup, let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not sure how that goes on there. I'd have to read the rules to figure all that out. I'm sure it was in an update, and I'm sure I read the update, and I'm sure we all know I remember all those updates, because there were like 100. So that is going to be all of the villains, or all the heralds in this villainous deck right here. So we'll place that there. And then finally we'll get to the Galactus cards, what I believe are just the Galactus cards, and I can already see the Silver Surfer on the bottom. Now, if I remember correctly with this, and the reason why Silver Surfer is featured in here, and they had to do like special rule setups and everything like that, is because I'm pretty sure people in the Kickstarter campaign, as I try to open this, you know, talked about the fact that Silver Surfer, who is a what do you call it, is a hero in the Fantastic Four box, blue figure hero, not a anti-hero at all, was a herald of Galactus. So yeah, I think they said something about that, and then they decided, you know what, we'll go ahead and add him into the game. So so they added him into this version of the game here. Here is all of Galactus's master playing cards, because I think he's got 24 in there instead of the usual 12, and then he's got 8 threats right there. Stop Galactus, bottom of the deck mission. He's got all these different Stop Galactus cards, and then he's got another threat, which is the Silver Surfer. Stop Galactus there, and then another Silver Surfer card right there, which again, I'm not sure where that's going to go. We probably have to read the instructions to find that out. So I'll put all those right over there, like that. So we'll go ahead and look at Galactus's cards. So he's got, let's see, quite a few different things going on here. We're going to have choose a new herald. That doesn't have him move on either version of the card. Add 3 thugs to the location Galactus is facing. Then, if there are any locations with no threat, choose any hero or villain not in play and place their game piece with a new herald threat card in the first location without a threat, starting from the one Galactus is facing and going clockwise. So there's that right there. And so then we got Massive Panic. Add 1 civilian to each location Galactus is not facing. Massive Turmoil, same thing, just with thugs. And I'm assuming the movement on here is him actually turning on his base here. So there is that. So Massive Turmoil, got 2 of those. Another 2 more Massive Panics, 2 more Massive Turmoils, 2 more Massive Panics, 2 more Master Turmoils, Panic, Turmoil, Panic, Turmoil. So all the same cards right there until we finally get to one new one. Power Cosmic Release. Add 3 civilians to this location Galactus is facing. Then, if any Power Cosmic Threat cards have been cleared, put 1 of them back in play in the first location without a threat, starting from the one Galactus is facing and proceeding clockwise right there. Is that... oh, getting a little lost in my own stuff. No, I thought that we read something about that already, but apparently... Oh, no, we got cards right here. Yeah, it's very similar to the choosing a new herald for the Cosmic Release. Power Cosmic Release right there. So there is that. Let's go ahead and take a look at his 8 threats. So his 8 threat cards are going to be Fire Lord. Deal 1 unpreventable damage to 1 hero in this location, and the opposite location. Nova, deal 1 unpreventable damage to 1 hero in this and both adjacent locations. Terrax, deal 3 damage to 1 hero in this location. And then Airwalker, deal 1 damage to each hero in locations with 1 or more thugs. So we've got that going on. And then honorable mention, we do have Silver Surfer, deal 2 damage to 1 hero here. Then if there is a location with no threat farther than this one from the hero who will play next, move Silver Surfer there. And then Silver Surfer can also be damaged using heroic actions. And then, yeah, so we got that going on right there. And then we've got 2 Power Cosmics. As long as this threat is in play, heroes' special effects are treated as blank. Ooh, that's not good. New Herald, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this and both adjacent locations. So we got those going on right there. So that is all of the threats of Galactus, including the Silver Surfer one. And next we'll take a look at the Stop Galactus cards. This is the bottom of the deck mission, so I'm not sure if these need to necessarily be in any kind of order, but we do have just calm down civilians, which is the rescue civilians, contain riots, which is defeat thugs. Then we've got defeat Firelord. If Firelord has already been defeated, put him back in play with 3 health in the first location with no threats, starting with the one Galactus facing and proceeding clockwise. Defeat Terrax. If Terrax, and these are the same on the back, yep. Terrax has already been defeated. Put him back in play with 3 health in the first location with no threats, starting from the one Galactus facing, proceeding clockwise. Same thing with Nova. Same thing with Air Walker. And then different with Silver Surfer, because Silver Surfer has 4 health in the first location with no threats. So there is that. And then just Steel Ultimate Nullifier right here, and then Convince Galactus to spare the Earth. So all movements in 1 heroic there, and then all 6 are heroic here. So we got that going on. And then finally we've got a Silver Surfer card. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Silver Surfer's location. Then Silver Surfer moves to that location opposite to the hero who will play next. Silver Surfer can also be damaged using heroic actions. This is very similar. So this is the threat card, and this looks like it's just a dashboard. So I'm not sure if you're like what you're replacing with it. Again, I'd have to go back through the rules and look and see what's going on with it. So, but we will do that at some point in the future. I would like to do a how to play with this kind of video, and then, like I said, we will definitely feature this in our gameplay series after we do all the core box villains and everything like that. So again, make sure you are signed up for notifications to know when we are going to be doing all of that. And they taped this box, so give me a second to get this tape off. Alright, we got all the tape off, and I am noticing now the artwork on the inside of the box, which looks pretty nice on here, actually. Looks very, very good. So there's the roundabout of that. I never remembered to take a look at the inside artwork of it, although it is kind of just like the artwork on like dashboards and cards and stuff like that. So there is that. So let's go ahead and look at, oh, I don't know. Let's go ahead and look at, let's see. I gotta have the names here because I can't remember these heralds. Again, when you think of Heralds of Galactus, I think Silver Surfer. I don't think of all these other guys here. So let's go ahead and take a look at Airwalker first. That nice fire effect on there, very phoenixy looking right there. So he looks pretty nice right there. And then our next straight villain here is going to be Terrax with his big old battle axe right there, looking like another villain kind of when it's unpainted from another game that's very similar to this. But yeah, there is Terrax right there. And then we are going to have, let's go ahead and go with Firelord right here. So there is Firelord. And again, that fire effect on the bottom right there. I'm always torn with these figures because of the fact that, like, I'm very terrible at doing fire. At least I have not done much fire. I have one fire elemental that I have painted for like D&D, and people say it looks good. I think it looks like trash, but you are also your own worst critic. So maybe we'll see if I can paint some of these fire effects. But I am very torn of just using like paint on primer, brush on primer, whatever you want to call it, to just to like the body and try to skip all the fire and leave the fire there. So that is going to leaning towards right now, but we'll see how it goes, because I am looking to do some painting here on the channel. And then last but not least, we do have Nova as far as the regular figures. And when I was kind of going back through some stuff, doing some calculations for another gameplay series, I think I skipped her and just put her as a villain instead of a anti-hero, because as you can see, this entire figure is just the translucent, transparent plastic fire effect. So it is not, there's no purple on this base whatsoever. Yeah, I didn't even realize, I've just glancing really quickly and haven't looked at the Kickstarter necessarily. Looked at some stuff with the Kickstarter, but haven't actually gone into detail of the Kickstarter in a year and a half or so. It was very, I completely just forgot that she was an anti-hero in this. But let's go ahead and look at our actual purple boy right here. Let's go ahead and take this out. Oh no, he is probably tied in, isn't he? Yep, let's go ahead and take out the entire thing here, and give me a second here to get this untied. Alright, finally got the tie off right there, so let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figure. And I do appreciate the fact that they did put this like foam on here initially, so that way it didn't actually mess up anything on the figure. Although I can see just a couple marks on it, but that is okay right there. So this is Galactus right here. So he is looking all so nice. I kind of wish, even though I know it's an impressive figure, I kind of wish the Marvel Zombies one was like maybe this big, or at least like fit into like the regular Marvel Zombies box as far as box wise. Like that 2 foot tall guy, though he is awesome looking, is a little bit much to get on the table. I could totally though see for any gameplays that Marvel Zombies would do, substituting this in there somehow, so that way it actually like, you know, we can fit it under the camera. So there is that, but that is going to be Galactus right there. Let's go ahead and get Terex out here. I keep on saying Blastar, but I know that's not right. That is going to be the size of him right there. So that's going to be your size comparison right there. So I'm trying to get it to where it's there, like the base is flat. So there is that. He is definitely standing on the moon. Galactus on the moon. So there is that. Here is him with an unpainted primed Hulk that I am slowly trying to work on right here. So there is the size of Hulk in the game, and yeah, would like to, you know what, let's do this. I haven't opened it yet because of wanting to do it in another video, but this is the size of Fing Fang Foom's box. So that will kind of give you an idea right here. And I'll make sure to compare this when we actually open the Fing Fang Foom later. But as you can see, the box for Fing Fang Foom is shorter than the Galactus figure there. So this is actually still going to be smaller than Galactus, as it should be. Not by very much, but that's going to be that right there. So that kind of gives you an idea of the size. And I guess I know I'm, you know, teasing you guys with other unboxings, but that is going to be that. So that's going to be Galactus, the Devourer, right there. It's looking pretty cool. This is actually a very cool miniature, and again, this is a little bit intimidating to paint. I would definitely have to practice with the airbrush before going into it, because I own an airbrush, haven't really used it all that much, and since this is one of those expansions, I can't necessarily replace. A little intimidated to get that painted. The last thing we're going to take a look at, because I always forget these things, is we're going to take a look at Iron Lad. Why are we taking a look at Iron Lad, Eric? He's not part of any, he's not a Herald of Apocalypse or Herald of Galactus or whatever. If I've said Apocalypse a bunch of times during this video, I'll find out in editing, but I apologize for that at the 11th hour right here. But Iron Lad, as I said at the beginning, was part of the Herald pledge for the game. So if you did the pledge level where you got the base game and all the stretch goals and this, this is going to be in there. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it now, just because of the fact that just because we can, because it was part of that pledge level right there. So yeah, so this is the, like I said, this was the box that he was in. All like these extra ones always come in white boxes, with apparently the exception of Fing Fang Foom, who is in a full color box. So Iron Lad does have, we'll go ahead and take a look at it first, does have his equipment card right here. So that is pretty cool. He's going to have equipment, and then let's go ahead and open up his deck real fast and see what that is about, and then we'll get to the actual figure. I do notice though that they did, I think they changed some stuff up, because I think in all the other white box add-on miniatures that all the insert inside was clear plastic, whereas in this one they are using like a gray plastic and whatnot. So without opening the stretch goal box, I'm not sure if that's because this slips in or not, or if they're going to allow you to slip the figure in. I don't know. But anyway, so we've got Iron Lad. He looks very angry right here. I don't know what he could be angry about, but that is going to be Iron Lad right there. There is this cocoon version of Iron Lad right there. And so some very similar artwork right there. We got time travel, two versions of time travel without any symbols on the bottom. So good luck whoever went next. Swap this card with any of your face-up cards in the storyline. That card becomes the one you played this turn. Never mind. That's actually a pretty cool card. So I have 2 of these, and if I really wanted to, yeah, if I really wanted to, like, I don't know, get like a double wild that I've played. Do I have a double wild? Yeah, I've got a double wild. I may not have the double wild with the equipment card. I didn't even read the equipment card, but I could always grab that out. Or if I need some punching, I can get some punching. If I need some heroics, I can get some heroics. Or if I want any of my other specials, I can do that. So there is time travel right there. Time ship, so not a cocoon. We got movement, then wild as far as the special action there. And then we've got Time Lord. You may discard one card or one action token to flip one or two cards in the storyline. So there is that. That'd be cool. One or two cards. Just doesn't say, it doesn't say hero cards. Just one or two cards. One or two cards. That'd be good if there's like some ongoing thing with the villain in the storyline that you want to try to eliminate it. That'd be pretty cool. Energy Blast. Punch against a single target in your location. And then we're going to have Concussive Bolts. Punch in an adjacent location. So that is going to be all of Iron Lad's cards. So let's go ahead and curse the maker of tape because it delays these videos with having to cut through the tape. And let's go ahead, and this is Iron Lad's figure. So we did get to see a hero figure, a full hero figure in this video. So there is that. So yeah, Iron Lad looks pretty cool to play with. The Heralds of Galactus look pretty nice, especially all the fire effects with everyone except for Terrax. Galactus, impressive. Not dominantly impressive like the Marvel Zombies Galactus, but I mean this looks pretty cool. There's a lot of detail in here. They did a lot with kind of a what do I want to say? They did a lot with the towing the line with making it look impressive while still keeping somewhat of the chibi features, because it would be stumpier if it was like full chibi. And then again, we've got our dashboard right here. So he would be placed here like this. There's this arrow right here pointing to the location. So I'm assuming when he has his movements, he does like this kind of thing, and then he does this kind of thing right here. And oh look, we're gonna move two, so we're gonna move two like that. I'm assuming that's what's going on. I haven't actually, you know, like I said, played with it yet, so we'll put that right. You gonna put you right here? Ah, there you go, buddy. So yeah, that's gonna be my new son. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this unboxing. I know there was a lot going on here, so there is that. So thank you guys for watching this. We still have the stretch goal box and plenty of other expansions to take a look at. I asked this in the last video, but if you would be so kind, I'm still debating on the other expansions to do them either as one large video, which would take forever, especially the way I do them, but either doing it as one large video, putting like half in one video and half in another video, or just doing them as I've done in the past already, just doing them all as separate videos. So let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. We will be doing separate videos for the stretch goal box, as well as a video going over all the accessories, including the Fing Fang Foom. So basically everything that's not in a normal size box. We'll be going over that. So that will be like locations, team decks, campaign decks, the pets, and Fing Fang Foom all in that video. And then, like I said, either one or two large videos for the other 7 expansions, or just do them all one after the other. It'll be a week of expansions. So give you guys something forward to look forward to for that. With all that said, make sure to hit the notification button to know when this or any other videos in this series are out. And yeah, that's it for me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have been Eric. This has been Rockshire Gaming. This has been the Coming of Galactus. This is my new son, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.